Let me ask you something. If your financial plan was a building, would it pass inspection, or would the roof start to leak the moment you decided you wanted to retire? And if you were able to get through that really unexpected repair, could you handle another unexpected repair? Most people think they've done a really great job at their financial planning, but after 20 years of looking under the hoods of hundreds and hundreds of financial lives and stories, and all very different, I can tell you there are 10 repeated mistakes that show up again and again. And today I'm going to run through the repeated errors that I see most when people are doing their own financial planning. Many of these can often set you back 5 to 10 years or worse, can often leave you retiring without enough. But if you stick around, you might catch yourself making 2 or 3 of these right now without even realizing it. I'm Sean Todd. I'm a certified financial planner, and here's my top 10 list of the most common financial planning mistakes that I see. So my goal here is to help you build a secure and stress-free retirement or financial future by avoiding these common traps. So number 1, not knowing what you actually spend. Number 1 is a classic. You don't really know how much you spend now. And this is really common. And definitely not, if you don't know what you spend now, you most likely don't have a good grasp of what you are going to spend in retirement. But sometimes even if you're off 10 or 20%, that mistake can compound for decades and make it very difficult to have an accurate number. So don't guess, track. Get real clarity here. Number 2, overestimating your investment returns. A lot of folks use historical returns or strong estimates on what they believe they can earn running their portfolio. Sometimes I feel it's way too optimistic. 7, 8, 10, sometimes I see people expecting 10 or 11%, but net of fees, inflation, and volatility, your real net rate of return might be closer to 4, 5, or 6. So overestimating here is like thinking your car is going to get 1,500 kilometers to a tank. It's really not going to end well, and it's not good to use those numbers. Number 3, too much risk in what we call the retirement red zone. The 3 years before and after retirement, that's the danger zone. If your portfolio drops 15, 20, 25% the year you retire, that early hit can really impact you and the sustainability of your investments for life. Your portfolio most likely can sustain risk. It's built for that. But the year in which it happens can have a significant impact on your long-term income. So ensuring your portfolio is properly structured is always important. But always when entering retirement and income drawing years, this is a significant issue. Number 4, ignoring tax efficiency. You wouldn't allow someone to just simply spend or go into your accounts without your consent and spend your money freely without watching it. So allowing taxation to occur without properly understanding it or trying to better control it, well, that can be very disastrous. So should you be drawing for things like your RSP early? What about your corporate dividends? Small shifts can sometimes save you thousands and sometimes tens of thousands per year, a very important detail. Number 5, underutilizing your tax-free savings account. So yes, often even high income earners often ignore their tax-free savings account, either thinking it's too small, or they don't understand how to use it, or they treat it like a side account that they access throughout the year. But many times it's just not used properly. Over time, it can be a tax-free powerhouse, especially for retirees or future business exits. Very important. Number 6, not stress testing your plan. So what if inflation spikes? What if one of you lives to 98? What if there's a market crash right before you sell your business? What if you need long-term care or you end up loaning money to your children? Most plans don't model for this, but I think it's an important detail to understand that your plan isn't always linear returns. It can be more complex and often involve more parts than you may have anticipated. Number 7, planning without your spouse. This is a really important detail because I see it happening all over the time. One partner, it's not unusual, handles a lot of the finances, and often the other may not be as heavily involved. But when something goes wrong, stress, confusion, or poor decisions can often follow. It's important that spouses are involved from the beginning and have a clear understanding of the entire process what was in place and why it's working and how we can advance on that. It's also important that they have relationships with your trusted advisors. Number 8, neglecting estate planning. A will isn't an estate plan. Are your beneficiaries up to date? Have you planned for your cottage? Do you know what happens to your RRSPs when you pass? Estate planning isn't just about death. It's about control. It's about legacy. It's about clarity. Lastly, it really becomes your voice to be able to clearly articulate what you want and why you wanted it. This alone makes for an easy understanding of your wishes and can be a massive assistance to your family when they're navigating something extremely emotional. Number 9, holding too much in real estate. I see this all the time. Canadians love real estate, but sometimes they're real estate rich and cash flow or investment poor. Even the world's best portfolio managers often don't hold more than 5 to 10% in one particular asset. It's not unusual to see people with 50 or 80% of their entire wealth built up inside of just real estate alone. Real estate is an excellent asset class with its own scope. You need to make sure your portfolio is well diversified and liquid and not all built entirely on one asset class, no matter what it is. Number 10, never reviewing or updating your plan. Your life changes, your income changes, and tax laws change. We saw that last year. Your plan, it should change too. If it hasn't been updated in the last 2 or 3 years, it's most likely outdated. Most of these mistakes aren't made out of ignorance. They're made simply out of assumption. You assume you're invested right. You assume you're saving enough. You assume the spreadsheet you're tracking at home is accurate. But in this work, assumptions can often be dangerous. And when you're calculating your income and your family or business security, it's important to really get this right. If you're already successful, you've really worked hard to get there. But now the game is about protecting and preserving and planning for what's next. So don't let one of these 10 mistakes catch you off guard. It's a great time to start thinking about positive changes that you can make here. And if this has made you at all think twice, please consider liking this or sharing it or sending it to someone who you might think might have a second look at their very own plan. I really hope this helps. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.